Oh, okay. You're here and I'm pleased because I really dig your company. This is that podcast for them 35 to 55-year-old people who love them some Robert Glasper and they Jill Scotts and love to just vibe out, but did not forget when they was out on the dance floor for the 99 and the 2000s backing that ass up. It's me, Danny, and you listening to the Just Saying podcast. Bag lady, you gon' hurt your back. Dragging all them bags like that. I guess nobody ever told you. All you must hold on to is you. Oh, one day all them bags gon' get in your way. One day, all them bags gon' get in your way. I said one day, all them bags gon' get in your way. So pack light, mm-hmm. Pack light, yeah, 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 so y'all, if y'all, Erica Badu, back in the day, let me finish one of these sentences, okay? When Erica Badu first came out, I felt like that was my vibe. I think I spoke about this before. Like, I really wish that I would have tapped into my boho logs free free will self back then, but I was so afraid of the ridicule because my family was not supportive of anything. If I thought it, they hated it, right? But that when Erica Badu came out, I felt like she always was speaking to the person inside of me. So every Erica Badu album, I was in my house with my incense going, and because when I was in my house, nobody knew what I was doing. Barefoot, incense. Sometimes I would try to find like sheets and blankets and whatnot that I could cut up and wrap my hair up just to see what I look like in my own space. I never went outside like that. When I went outside, I was looking like the salt and peppers of it all. But when I was inside, I wanted to be Erica Badu so bad. Even now, like when I think about like when what I mean when I say I want to be like her is like I wanted to be very what I thought was like very neo soul in my presence. I wanted to be like the incense and oils girl. I was that. My best friend still calls me like holistic and incense and natural oils, and she's like very much into the medical field, and she always is just like, yeah, you're like my holistic oracle. That's what she calls me. But I wish I would have been able to lean into that back in the day, and I was not, because I just was not strong enough in myself to um be who I wanted to be. Let's just be honest. But that song, Bag Lady, I won tickets to go see Erica Badu from the radio. The radio back in the day, had like one of those contests where you call in, your whatever number caller, if you could sing a song, they would judge whether or not they felt like you were good enough to win tickets. I did win tickets, but the concert was too far and I had nobody to take me out to where the concert was. So I did not get to go see Erica Badu. And when I tell y'all, I'm so sad. But I today I feel like would be an even better concert only because I'm more secure in who I am. And I really want to see Duran Bernard as a background singer. And he wasn't one back in the day. Okay. Y'all know Duran Bernard. If y'all don't know Duran Bernard, look him up. If you've ever seen like clips of her concert and you see that guy who really be giving it, the last clip lately was him doing that BBL Drizzy, but he's not the one who sings it originally, but he has a clip that starts with him. It starts with him singing that, and then he goes on this riff, and Erica Badu come and just stand beside him because he's her background singer. But he also does his own music, which is amazing. And he has a voice that nobody can match, just to be honest with you. I know y'all got a lot of y'all favorite male singers out there, but none of them can touch Bernard. None of them can touch Bernard. Not none of your favorites right now can touch Bernard. And that's just truth. So you should look Bernard Duran up on the internet. He got Instagram. He has um, TikTok. He has videos on YouTube. Go check him out. He's amazing. But back to Erica. Erica, I not only did I feel like that was my role, like that whole neo soul, because I was into the whole Jill Scott, Vivian Green, um, Floetry, uh what's my man's name? Music Soul Child, Maxwell. Like that was my scene back then. This was the early 2000s, the late 90s. This was my scene. I was in there. Emotional roller coaster. Loving you ain't nothing healthy. Loving you was never good for me. For me. But I can't move on. And then you already know. Let's take a long walk around the park after dark. I also love that Corinne Bailey. Um, Girls, put your record on. Tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, let your hair down. Like all of that was me, right? That was all me. But I feel like today I'm more comfortable in saying that's me and being me, and also being, attracted to hip hop because I'm a hip hop girly. Uh, I've always been a hip hop girly. And so I didn't know how to marry the two back in the day, but I do now and I will now. And if you don't like one, that's fine with me. Um, but yes, that's the song for this week. So check it out. I get my music all the time. I just pull up a playlist for the year that I'm thinking of. This year, I believe, was the 2000s. Yep, it was the 2000s, and I'll just look for like hit songs from the 2000s or whatever year I'm thinking of, and go from there. Child, let's see what we got going on this week. Okay, what am I? First of all, let me start off by saying, yes, I know there wasn't an episode last week. It was just a problem with the uploads. I will upload it still anyway, so you'll see two this week because I was talking about the BET Awards, and I don't want to lose the audio, so I will be uploading it. That's going to be nice for you. You get two this week, so that's why you have two if you didn't know already. Something just wasn't working with the uploading of it, and then I just got caught up in work and whatnot. So that's how that worked. But we back, baby. I never left. I just couldn't get it. I just couldn't get it out to y'all. So this week though, what am I watching on TV? I'm still watching Presumed Innocent. That show is really good. I'm also trying to finish up Defending Jacob. I told if you listen to the last one, I did say that I was gonna watch Beverly Hills Cop with Eddie Murphy. Didn't get to it. It just ain't calling my name, y'all. It just ain't calling my name. Mm-mm. But what I did watch was unfortunately that new Tyler Perry movie. Y'all already know. If you new here, shout out to you. Hey, tell your friends. If you're not new, you know how I feel about Tyler Perry and his productions. But because he is a black man and because he is such a force, I always try to give him a chance. Now, if it's a Medea movie, he not gonna get a view from me. But if it's not a Medea movie, I will give him a chance. And I, again, did give him a chance on this one. There's always something to be said about the fact that Tyler Perry writes his own stuff. And I don't know why I allow him to continually do this to me. at this point I'm doing it to myself, and I know I'm doing it to myself, but because I like to talk about a lot of things and stay up on what's going on, sometimes you also got to watch things that you don't think will be your best, your favorite, but you know a lot of people are going to talk about them, and I know a lot of people are going to get on my social media and want to know, because even though they know I know, they keep on trying to wait for the time when I'm going to say this was a great movie. While I will say that um, the movie was not horrible. It was not Acrimony, because Acrimony is a horrible movie. I don't care what none of y'all say. It was not Acrimony. It still was not good. And it also did not have anything to do with the description. The description says that this is a woman who is trying to fight for her marriage. She never was. She was never trying to fight for her marriage. In the beginning, she was defending it to people, but she wasn't ever trying to fight for it. Neither did it make sense that she was acting like she didn't know this was how he was going to behave anywhere, or that her family didn't. Like, there's a lot out. If you want it, it will be out, but the actual recap of Acrimony, that's going to be on my Patreon, because I'm going to go in on this movie, because I'm going to go in on Tyler Perry and all those type of things. And so if you want to hear that, you have to pay for that. It's like $3 a month to listen to me go off on things in depth, because on here I talk about stuff, in bits and pieces. If you want to hear me really go off on about some topics, subscribe to my Patreon and you'll hear it. Okay, but right here I'm just going to say, Megan, I didn't believe you, but I understand that. Oh, well, let me get into this next part. Megan Good was also on Club Shay Shay just the other day. Of course, because she got this movie out, somebody has to promote it somewhere. So we're going to get her talking about the movie. Also, because I believe she's also an executive producer on the movie, or that she is a producer on this movie, that's why she is the face that we see talking on the Club Shay Shay. Because we ain't seen Megan give an interview yet, right? So we have listened to, I did watch the Club Shay Shay. Now it's an hour and 17 minutes, which is very interesting, because she didn't have 3 hours worth of stuff to talk about, and she didn't, because within the hour and less than an hour and a half, she didn't talk about a damn thing. Like, nothing she said made any sense. However, it did make me feel like on the okay, let me go back to, she says that in on Club Station, she says Tyler Perry has paid her the most that she has been paid anywhere, and that the reason why she asked for so much was because Jonathan Major told her to ask for more money. I feel like I don't buy it that nobody before Jonathan Majors has ever told her that she deserves more money, or that she should ask for more money. I don't buy that. I also don't buy that she at some point said that she never experienced or knew about any things as a child actress. I don't buy that either. Her explanation for it was that I just kept steered clear of all of the things that would be negative. I don't think that those children that were done wrong weren't steering clear of those adults. So it didn't match. I just think that Megan is a very surface person. And the reason why, one of the things that always fascinates me about, culture is some people get to skate through. And I think that Megan and Jonathan Majors get to skate through because of proximity. So what I mean by that is Megan Good really is like one of those little Bible thumper girls, but she got a pass as like a black hood chick because she kept being in hood movies. But that was what was being offered in the time when she was a young adult actress, right? I think she was just taking roles to take roles. Those people are not her. She's none of those people. Okay. And then she tried to give herself, like, because she was in the Fridays, because she was in the what was the other one that she was in? You Got Served. Because she was in the Think Like a Man. We would like to believe that she is those people. She is not those people, because those people would not be people who would also align themselves with the likes of a Jonathan Majors. But we keep giving her a pass because she's a light skinned girl who keeps on showing up with the long hair that she's purchased. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but because that back in the day, the look was like light skinned girls with long hair. We didn't know back in the day that a lot of those women were wearing weaves. Because I remember there was a long time when it was ridiculed towards Robin Givens because Robin Givens wore weave. And but all the other women were doing it too. The Janet Jacksons, the Meagan Goods, the who, if you saw her, name her, and she had weave or wigs on to do a lot of the productions, because they didn't start wearing wigs in the hood and then actresses started wearing them. Actresses were wearing them, and then that stuff trickled down to the hood. So I just think that Megan Good was in the production, so people decided that she was that girl, and she ain't never been that, and she's not going to be that. She's been. I mean, when I tell y'all, this interview said nothing. It said nothing. She said nothing. And one thing that I do want to say that wasn't about Megan, but it was about Shay in this one, was Megan went on to talk because he wanted to hit her early years hard. And so, oh, the other movie that really pushed her into Black culture was Eve's Bayou, but she was a kid, and we have to really start taking account that this was a child, and we put this child in a position that she never was in, and we made her in our minds be something that she never has been, and then we allowed that to grow and fester because she got her adult self into more movies beside quote unquote hood adjacent Black males. And so because of that, we decided that she was a hood girl, right? But she ain't that, y'all. And then she tried to give us a little bit of it in this interview, trying to be like, oh, somebody jumped me when I was in like the fifth grade or some nonsense. Fifth or sixth grade, because she said she was homeschooled in high school. So this fight was not in high school. This was a middle school, elementary school fight that I didn't understand why we needed to get it, but I think that she was trying to be like, yeah, I'm one of y'all, like I fought. And it's just like, Megan, why do we need to hear that? It didn't make any sense. But the problem that I had was um Shay, Shay Shannon, was that Megan spoke about at some point having encounters with her teachers and them being racist. And all she said was that she had something that was given to her by her father. The teacher took it and put it in a box. She was supposed to get it back at the end of the year. A little white girl said it was hers. The teacher gave it to the white girl instead of giving it to Megan. Immediately, Shannon believes her. Immediately, he's like, "Yep, racism. You've had racism." Whereas when Amanda Seales says she had racist experiences with white teachers, he was just like, "Maybe the teacher just didn't. Maybe the teacher," and that, you all, is why Amanda says people don't like her, even if even if she comes off brazen or a know-it-all. There are still two things can be true at the same time, and there are still these very clear examples of her being able to be like, well, why when Megan says that as a child she had experiences with racist teachers, there was no pushback. Not only was there not pushback, he started being like, how were there other experiences? I mean, if you grew up in a small town, you must have had racist experiences with other people. He gave her the space to speak on other racist experiences, where Shannon completely decided to um, completely decided to shut Amanda down. And I was not a fan. So, yeah, I never believed Megan. I really questioned her need to stand beside, um, a man who was accused of putting hands on another woman when he wasn't there. When she wasn't there. Um, and a man who still can't admit that he did put his hands on her, and that part of it being his responsibility. He's never admitted that. What he has said is he should have never been with that woman, but that doesn't mean that he is saying that he is sorry that he put hands on that woman. And then for her, it's always questionable to me. We don't see it a lot, but it's very questionable to me for a woman to align herself with someone during their trial. That to me seems very, very questionable. And I don't know. Something about her just comes off very fake. And maybe it's the eyebrows. If y'all want to know, if y'all want me to be honest, maybe it's the eyebrows. Something about her eyebrows always feel like, what are we doing? I always feel like she got way too much hair going on with her. Yes, I am judging her. I judge a lot of people. If y'all don't like that, sorry, but that's the truth. So do you. You just like to say that you're judging them in the name of the Lord. And I'm judging them just because this is how I feel. I don't know. Something about her always seems disingenuous and disconnected to the community that is Black people as a whole. Like, where's she been? How come we never hear her speak out about things? Why does she not talk about anything? It's very interesting to me that people would attack Tyla, the singer, who is a young 19-year-old, because of something that she said based off of the culture where she grew up. But um, we've never seen Megan speak out about much of anything except for the Lord. But we keep on making her be like she one of us. How do we know that? How have we ever known that? How? What? I don't get it. So I don't buy it. I don't buy her. The movie is it's alright, I guess. The movie is called Divorce in the Black. It don't have nothing to do with that. She just says it one time in the movie. She don't get divorced in the black. Um, and I don't buy the movie. But I'm glad that she gets paid a lot by Tyler Perry. I guess if you gotta, we all gotta pimp ourselves out somewhere. I pimp myself out at a job that don't pay me nearly enough. So if she pimp herself out at that job, that's what she chooses to do. I'm not judging the fact that she finds work. Uh, I'm just judging the actual work, I guess. And she put herself on the internet. I don't think that everybody is, because you are on the internet doesn't mean that you are deserving of ridicule or anything, but this is what we do over here. I talk about what's happening in pop culture. This is happening in the pop culture. I don't buy it. I also just the Jonathan Majors of it all. I'm why why? But I think I'm gonna have to look back and see who else she's been aligned with as far as dating or anything, and see does this just fit with her, her the type of men that she dates. I know, of course, we know that she was with the pastor and married to the pastor for a number of years. I believe she said 10 years, and I'm just like, wow, was it 10 years? That's crazy that y'all made it that long. I don't feel like, if you've been with somebody for 10 years, that's a good run, unless most of the 10 years is bad, and then I'm sad that you all stayed together so long. But I don't know, y'all. Let's move on to the next thing. Y'all know Lil Kim is 50 years old. Hey, yo, shorty, won't you go get a bag of the lethal? I'll be undressed in a bra all see through. Y'all, she's 50. hey, yo, like we really be living. It's wild to me, like, um, the amount of years we've actually lived and the things that we've seen. And so when I think about like how old, like if they give me a celebrity and they're like, oh, this celebrity is this age, and then I start thinking about myself and I'm like, I was there when they did, and that's thing. I start thinking like the amount of things that I have actually survived in my life. I don't know why I don't believe in myself more than I should. I mean, more than I do. Sorry. I should believe in myself more than I do, is what I wanted to say. Because of the, like, all that I've seen. Y'all, in my city, I don't know about yours, but in my city, we had, we wasn't LA or nothing like that. We wasn't banging in Little Rock, but we did have our own gang culture here for a while. And a lot of people that were from my childhood, they not here today. They not. And some of them who are still here, they either are still in prison or they just now starting to get out of prison from when we was teenagers. Cause they got them a cool 25 to life and they getting out in the 25s. They got them a cool 30 years and they getting out in the 25s. Like, can you imagine like the amount of things that we have survived? Hell, we just survived a pandemic, right? We didn't know in our lifetime we would even get a pandemic, but we survived one. Let alone your baby daddy drama, your ex-husband drama, your ex-wife drama, your baby mama drama. Shout out to the men listening. Um, just family drama, the jobs that we have had to leave because they were not the best for us, our own personal health scares we've all been going through and have had to learn how to tackle, health changes, inflation, the price of everything has changed. We be sitting around talking about, I remember when penny candy was actually a penny. Like, we're going to that to actually, kids don't even call something penny candy anymore, right? The other day, I was on the internet and somebody was talking about, I was looking up, y'all, judge yourself. I was looking up outfit ideas to wear to the Jasmine Sullivan concert that I'm going to soon. We'll talk about it when it get close. Um, but I was looking for outfit ideas. I was scrolling through videos. One of the videos was Jasmine Sullivan singing, strumming my pain with his fingers, right? With his song. Okay. The next clip that showed was, it said, who sang it best? Jasmine Sullivan with the cover or Lauryn Hill with the original? And I was like, Lauryn Hill didn't sing the original to that. I know Roberta Flack to sing it, and then listening to watching that, I realized Roberta Flack singing it is a cover. And we lived so long, y'all. We lived so long that like there was, when I was born, there was record players, and you could get a 45, or I don't know what the other one was, Judge Mama. Then there were tapes. Then there were CDs. Then they had the iPod. Then the stuff was just on. Oh wait, there were tapes. There were tapes, and you had a Walkman that you could carry your music with. Then you had the CDs, and you could get a CD player and the 20 disc CD tower that sat in your house. Cars riding by with the booming systems, like that was a whole thing. Rims came into being, like all of these things were happening in the lifespan that I have lived, and I'm not 50 years old. I've I've had children, raised them, and is now watching one of my children raise a child. Like, why don't I have more confidence in myself? Because I have the ability to survive so much stuff. I've watched my father beat up his wife, then stroke out to where he can't even walk or talk anymore. I've given up the space to. I've also watched my mother, who was an alcoholic, drink herself into brain damage that they call dementia, or looks like dementia, so that I could, and all of that I've lived through and had to be able to start unpacking the trauma and the abuse, the emotional abuse and mental abuse that I've suffered from my parents, because I no longer have to be involved in it. Uh, and that has also allowed me to be able to start to tackle it. I have not won, but start to tackle my own eating disorders because of the abuse that I have suffered. And now that I no longer have to be a part of the abuse, I now get to handle the aftermath of that, because I don't want to forever live in my trauma. Like I want to step outside of it, be able to look at it and say, okay, what do I need to do in my life now? But all of that has happened in less than 50 years. Look at Lil Kim. Look at Lil Kim. She has lived a life in 50 years and she ain't done. She's still living, right? Like, let's keep going. I know some of y'all be like, she look bad. That's all part of her trauma. And if we just being honest, some of us don't look that great because of our trauma. Y'all, but people stay saying they don't look like what they've been through. I could tell a lot of people look exactly like what they've been through. Some of us have gone through it and fixed ourselves so that we don't look like it, but most of us, we do. We still look like it in our demeanor, in our body language. We might not look rough and stuff with our afro puffs, rage, rock on with your bad self every day, but the way that you speak to people still looks like what you've been through. The way in which you keep yourself away from people still looks like what you've been through. So we don't need to judge in that way. Um, or at least if we are judging, let's be honest and understand that we too have our own challenges. Uh, because I think that's more wise, is to, yes, you're gonna judge people, sure, fine, okay. But do you acknowledge that you also, I said all that to say, y'all, Lil Kim is 50 years old. Celebrate her. Wish her a happy birthday. And shout out to you, who may be over 20, who has survived all of these days. There's been some very rough ones. I know, because I've had many, many rough ones, but I'm still here. And I'm on a good day today. And if you're not on a good day today, I'm holding space for you, so that hopefully by the end of this day, it will be able to turn itself around, because you'll understand that you either can come up with some solution, you can call somebody to help you come up with the solution, or you can put it down, because it's not going to change, right? And then you can shift on how you move, because that thing won't change. So what else around you can you change to keep that thing from holding you down? I don't know. Sometimes, I'll be the oracle. Sometimes y'all not be saying a little bit of something when I'm just trying to give y'all a little bit of something. Let's keep it moving. It's not really a lot going on this week that I really wanted to talk about. So I'm getting ready to go ahead on and get myself ready for work. I do want to tell y'all though, so don't forget, check out the other episode where I talk about the BET Awards. There's some conversation to be had. I'm not just like attacking artists on there. We're having a really good discussion about Usher on that episode. So check that out, y'all. Uh, and y'all, leave me some, I need some reviews or some stars underneath these, where y'all are listening. I'm not ashamed to say it. I be playing all the time about sending me lunch money on my Cash App. I mean, if you really want me to have lunch, that's great. I appreciate it. And I love you for the rest of the days. Um, Cash App is me, Danny. If, but to be honest, what I really would like is for you guys to share this, to share it with your friends. Tell your friends you listening to me. Send me some emails on anything, even if it's pushback you don't like. I'll have discussion with you and we could talk about things, and review the podcast. especially on Apple Music. You guys, you can give me rate the episodes, or rate the show as a whole, 1 to 5 stars, and then whatever you giving it, tell me why. I'm very interested in knowing what you guys think about this. I mean, y'all here, let's talk. And I appreciate you. And while I'm telling you I appreciate you, let me also remind you to drink water. If you had your coffee today, if you had your soda today, get your energy kicking. Also, make sure you are filling that body up with some water as well. Stay hydrated. We too old to be letting our skin get bad because we just won't drink no water. And I used to be a person to be like, what it tastes like though. So I understand the water issues, but you know, get you some water today and over the weekend, get you some fruits that you can put in the water if you're having a problem drinking it down. Drink it cold, drink it warm. I don't know, whatever works for you. Y'all buying the Stanley Cups anyway. Y'all might as well put some water in them things at some point. Stop putting your soda in there and put some water in there and get some water in that body. You do need it. I know some of y'all be like, well, do I? Yes, you do. And a lot of the reasons why our health is not as good as it can be is because we are not really mindful about the things we put into our body. We can't eat wings and drink sodas and have liquor all the time. Sometimes we do gotta go ahead on and bake that chicken and have a nice piece of a nice little bit of water in our lives. Get you some vitamins too and stretch that body. Move it. Y'all moved y'all's hips all this week. Swivel them things around. Why are you afraid to swivel your body and move your body and look at yourself in the mirror by yourself? Nobody else can see you. And your body gonna be your body regardless. So go ahead on and get familiar with it. Move your body, stretch it, and have a great weekend. I plan on getting cute to go outside. I don't have nothing major to do, but I do plan on going outside. Last week I went to the wave pool, y'all, and I had a great time in the pool. Yeah, because I got natural hair, so I could just go ahead on and get in. I don't got to worry about none of that. I'm not talking about nobody. I'm just letting you know that that's why I had a great time. So I wasn't concerned with how my hair was going to turn out later. I put on a new bathing suit. I got a new bathing suit not too long ago. I put that thing on. I got in the water. So if you get a chance to put your feet in the water, dip them in. If not, put a little hose on you. I don't know, but like feel the earth and get pretty if that's what you like. Get sporty if that's what you like. If you got the weekend off, do something to feed your spirit. Don't just watch the reruns of shows you've already seen that's gonna make you feel intense. Okay. Anyway, y'all, like I said, I gotta go get ready for work, so I can't stay here all day with you, even though I want to. They don't pay me to do it. So I gotta go to work still. Y'all help me get out my job. But I'll see y'all next week. I love y'all. I thank y'all again for being here. This is me, Danny, and you've been listening to the JusSayin podcast.